We got some huge news today from Binance, guys. This comes to us from the official Binance Medium account, but the Binance.us Medium account, I should say. And Binance has officially announced the coins that they're considering for Binance US. So we'll get into this whole story. I know the coins that are going to be offered is probably the number one thing on most people's mind. So we got, and I apologize, some of these I probably won't know off the top of my head, but we got Cardano. That's actually a huge one because I don't believe any other US exchanges have Cardano thus far. I could be mistaken on that. Maybe I don't really use Poloniex or Kraken, but most certainly I know Bittrex doesn't, I don't believe, and Coinbase definitely doesn't either. And Cardano seems to be one of the coins that most people are interested in. I know a lot of people are wondering about Cardano on Binance.us. We have Atom, we got BAT, or Basic Attention Token, which is the token of the Brave browser. Coinbase has that one. We got Bitcoin Cash ABC. This one really surprised me. We got Binance Coin, or BNB Coin. I personally don't think this one's going to be listed. I'm almost certain this coin's not going to be listed. I would be shocked if it was listed. I would love it to be listed. I love the Binance coin, but I really don't. I think it's going to be considered a security, so I really don't see it being listed. I think Binance wants to keep people engaged and excited and interested in using this exchange, and I know a lot of people really like BNB. I personally just don't see this one making the final cut. We got Bitcoin, Dash, EOS, Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, Hot. I'm not familiar with that one. IOTA. IOTA's the one a lot of people like. I think that one's interesting. Chainlink. I think it's a shit coin, but it's a coin a lot of people like. Loom, Litecoin, Mana, Nano, Neo, Pax, Augur. I believe Augur is Rep. RVN, not familiar with that one. TUSD stablecoin, USDC stablecoin, USDT stablecoin, VeChain, Waves. I'm surprised to see Waves. I thought Waves died out a long time ago. We got Stellar. Stellar. Yeah, Stellar. XLM is Stellar. We got XRP, which is Ripple. We got ZIL, which is Zilliqa, and ZRX. I should know that one. I believe it's a privacy coin. Anyhow, that's the coins that Binance is considering. Let me give a little bit of background for anybody who's not quite filled in on this. I'm still always surprised when I see people on the Binance Reddit or the cryptocurrency Reddit who are like, oh, I just found out that I got to get my coins off Binance by September 12th. So if you've been living in a cave, probably back in, was it maybe May or June, Binance announced that they were going to be booting U.S. users off of the Binance.com exchange. They did, however, say that they would be opening a Binance.us exchange. And one thing that's frustrated a lot of people, myself included, is that Binance hasn't been like super helpful in terms of giving us information in terms of like what is the Binance US site going to look like. Like a lot of people have a lot of questions about what's going to happen after September 12th. So the initial announcement was essentially U.S. users as well as users from other countries who aren't allowed to trade on Binance.com. I don't know all those off the top of my head. The main one that's kind of having a big deal made about it is the U.S. Because, 15 or 30% of Binance users are from the U.S., so this is a big move for Binance to boot us off. So Binance said as of September 12th, you will be able to continue to withdraw off of Binance, but you won't be able to deposit and you won't be able to trade. And this shocked a lot of people, especially people who are holding BNB coin, Binance coin, as well as other coins that either only trade on Binance or don't trade on a lot of other exchanges. What do I do? Do I move these off to a wallet where maybe I'll never be able to get them back onto an exchange and trade again? Do I just sell this stuff and put it all into Bitcoin? Do I put it into a stable coin and wait and see kind of how things shake out? One thing, I'm sure this doesn't affect a ton of people. One thing I was wondering about is will I still continue to get my affiliate payouts? Or will I not? Technically, I can still withdraw. I just can't trade or deposit. Will they continue depositing my affiliate income for me? All these questions that a lot of us are wondering about. Another thing a lot of people wonder about, which Binance probably won't come out and say outright, but they might give us kind of a wink, wink, nudge, nudge, is a lot of exchanges, they really don't care if you're from the U.S. and you continue to trade on their platform. They just kind of have to appease the U.S. government. So I think it was BitMEX. You had to register on a VPN with a non-U.S. IP address, but once you registered, you could log in with a U.S. IP address all day long and continue to trade on there. So a lot of exchanges They're doing just enough to appease the U.S. government, but they really don't want to stop people from trading on the platform. So a lot of people are kind of curious, like, how strict is Binance going to be about this? I think the fact that Binance is opening a Binance.us account, and Binance is obviously going to want volume on that account, and liquidity on that account, I think they probably will want U.S. people to trade on that account. But, it stands to be seen what that's going to look like exactly. Anyhow, that's kind of the backstory. A lot of people have been uncertain. There's a lot of rumors. A lot of people are like debating and arguing what coins will be on there. Will BNB be on there? Binance coin was trading at like 0.040000, or it might have even been into like 0.4344 in regards to Bitcoin. We can't really look at Binance coin in regards to the US dollar, because as Bitcoin goes up and down, that's going to affect the US dollar price of Binance coin, whereas really what most of us care about is where it trades in relation to Bitcoin. And I think now it's down into like the 20s. So Binance coin, even though according to the dollar on paper, it doesn't look like it's lost that much, I believe it's lost probably like 40%, if not even a little bit more, in relation to Bitcoin. Anyhow, let's kind of get into the article. This comes to us from, again, Binance.US's Medium account. Binance US, what we're exploring, to kind of answer some more questions and give us some more clarification. I do think the fact that they're putting this out and we're still, a little bit more than a month out from September 12th when everybody's going to be kicked off, I wouldn't be surprised to see Binance launch the US exchange either a couple weeks or maybe a couple days even before September 12th. That way, obviously, some coins that trade on Binance.com, you're not going to be able to move over to Binance.us. But there are a lot of coins that you will be able to. So I think they're going to try to get Binance.us up ahead of September 12th so that people can just move their balances from Binance.com over to Binance.us. So it starts out, greetings Binanceans. Hard to believe it's only been a month since we came out with a BAM. I am humbled to give you a peek into some of the exciting developments coming soon for Binance.us. Binance US will bring unmatched trading technology platform of Binance to the United States. Over the past few months, the team has been heads down, focused on developing for you a tailor-made platform to access cryptocurrencies in the United States. Binance aims to be your gateway to the crypto world, and I stand by our values that we are welcoming of all of you to an inclusive ecosystem that is built to suit both new and experienced traders alike. Here at Binance US, we believe blockchains are more than cryptocurrencies and tokens. Just as few could have foreseen the rise of social media when the internet emerged decades ago, the most revolutionary digital assets built upon distributed ledgers are likely yet to be conceptualized. It is with this vision in mind that Binance US strives to be a reliable and efficient marketplace for a rich selection of high-quality digital assets so that our users can be part of an open and competitive market that discovers projects with true utility. What's ahead? Oh, one other thing I wanted to throw out here before we continue on. So technically, this isn't Binance who owns Binance US. Binance has licensed, I guess they kind of made reference to that, BAM. Binance essentially licensed their name and their technology to a company out of San Francisco called BAM. We really don't know much about this company other than what's publicly available, which is that they applied for their MSB license with FinCEN, as well as at least one state license in San Francisco. I'm assuming they're working on or have the rest of them. So technically this isn't owned by Binance. My girlfriend's calling me. I gotta pause this. Oh, sorry about that interruption. So anyhow, I just wanted to mention that this isn't technically Binance running this, even though they're licensing their name and their trading platform and technology. Moving on, what's ahead? Binance US recognizes that the ease of issuing blockchain tokens and the perceived lack of regulation could make these tokens targets for abuse. Binance US has both legal obligations and moral duties to shield our users from fraudulent blockchain projects and combat financial crime. So that means, essentially they're going to be following US regulations. They're not going to be trading anything that's considered a security. They're not going to let any kind of bullshit shenanigans scam coins on there. They're trying to keep it, and they get into this further on down in this article, but essentially, whatever coins that come on, they only want to bring on coins that actually have a real chance of succeeding, that actually provide some value. So, we're not going to have like trons and bullshit coins on there. They want to try to keep things a little bit higher of a quality. Let's see. As such, Binance has adopted a digital risk assessment framework to help select bona fide blockchain projects with a real chance of making the world more efficient, to provide transparency in our listing standards, and to ensure Binance US's compliance with applicable legal requirements. This framework, among other things, examines 5 areas. Now, Coinbase has their own, quote-unquote standards by which they decide whether or whether not to list coins. So, Binance is trying to come up with some type of transparent framework, because exchanges do have a lot of power to kind of not only shape the narrative, but shape the direction and what cryptocurrencies succeed. Look at what happens when it's not as apparent anymore, but like in the earlier days, and especially back in 2017, look what would happen if Coinbase lists a coin. I mean, that coin would go through the roof in price. If a coin got added to Binance, I mean, you could expect like a 30 to a 300% gain immediately. So, exchanges do have a lot of power to kind of shape the cryptocurrency space. And so Binance, at least according to them, is trying to provide some transparency in terms, some guidance to coins and projects. Like, here's what we're looking for if you want to be listed, as well as so people can't be like, oh, well, these people just bought their way onto the exchange, because on Binance.com, that's exactly what happened. You would have to pay, so many Bitcoins. I think it amounted to, over time the amount went up, but I remember like in the early days of Binance, it was maybe 15 grand to get your coin listed on Binance. And then after that, it was like $70, $100, $150,000. And all you had to do was pay them to get your coin listed. Anyhow, number 1 is whether trading the candidate asset will affect Binance US's ability to comply with applicable legal requirements, including without limitation US AML, CFT, and security laws. So essentially any coin that could be construed as a security, which is most altcoins, won't be allowed to trade on the exchange. When it comes to the AML, that's anti-money laundering, I'm guessing they're not going to be listing many privacy coins. We're probably not going to see like a Monero or a Pivx or a NAV coin come on there, because, privacy coins, by the nature of them, allow you to kind of hide your identity. And if they're going to comply with AML laws, just those coins aren't going to be brought onto the exchange. Number 2, whether the candidate's core team has a clear strategy to solve a real problem and make the world more efficient. So if you want to make a coin to allow albino hemophiliacs who like orange shirts to conduct business, that's a stupid example, but you get the point. Like, they're not going to roll out coins that serve no purpose other than like rolling out a coin to make somebody rich. Like they want these coins to have some utility or a real purpose. I always thought it was stupid how kind of the cryptocurrency space started getting to the point where like every industry had its own coin. Like, I can use Bitcoin or Litecoin or Ethereum to buy things. So do I really need like a dental coin to pay for my dental work, or a music coin to buy music, or a video game coin to buy video game? Like, if it's just a transactional coin, we have plenty of transactional coins out there. So your coin should be able to offer something new and unique to the world. Number 3, whether the candidate assets community has a record of reaching compromises and consensus to move the project forward, and how well the assets core team interacts with the assets community members. So, I think they don't want a bunch of hard forks, because that creates a bunch of uncertainty in the market. So they want a coin to where the developers and the community can kind of work things out amongst themselves, and it's not turning into like kind of like a Bitcoin thing, right? Like, we got Bitcoin versus Bitcoin Cash versus Bitcoin Gold versus Bitcoin Diamond versus Bitcoin Super Bitcoin, and we got Craig Wright and who's the other fucking idiot guy who's behind Bitcoin Cash, Roger Ver, and basically they don't want drama and nonsense. So I don't think, actually, I guess Bitcoin Cash did make it on there. Number 4, whether the candidate assets market supply and demand are reasonably fair and likely to meet Binance's quantitative standards. So, was the coin aggressively pre-mined by developers? Does the coin actually have liquidity to where markets can't be manipulated? Things like that. Number 5, whether the candidate asset is a technology secure to transact and or realistically build. So, is this a coin that has, holes in it to where it's going to be able to be hacked? What was the coin that was like really hot a couple years ago that wound up just getting wrecked? It was like an Italian guy. It's a coin that everybody's always like shilling on Reddit. I think at one time it was Ray Blocks before it turned into something else. Somebody dropped that in the comment section below. But there was that coin that basically turned into a big shit show. We kind of already discussed the coins. The team and I are eager to share more on what's ahead for this exciting journey. We are grateful for your enthusiasm and feedback, which are crucial in this early development. Thank you for your patience and continued support, and for inspiring us every day. Can't wait to have you join Binance US. Together, we can change the world. See Coley. So I'll link to this article. I know a lot of people are kind of being proactive and setting up just in case they ever want to use it down the road, are with a VPN, are setting up a Binance account. You know, a lot of people are saying, well, maybe Binance is going to start making everybody KYC, and if you sign up now, you'll be grandfathered in, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I know a lot of people are using VPNs to set up a couple throwaway Binance accounts before this change goes into place. So I will link to Binance down in the description box below if you want to, you know, set up a Binance account or a couple for yourself, just to kind of have on the side. I know some people are trying to sell Binance accounts, whatever. If you want to just lock down a couple accounts before everything happens, just in case you ever want to use it in the future, I will link to where you can do that. It is an affiliate link of mine. I am a Binance affiliate, refer, whatever. Otherwise, you know, for anybody else wanting to wait for Binance.us, are you guys going to use Binance.us? Like, I was thinking about it. Like, I think the more exchanges and the more competition out there, the better. You know, when you only have Coinbase can do shitty things and raise fees, and you really got no option but to go with them. You know, once we have like Binance and Gemini and Poloniex and Cash App, and, you know, the more places we have to buy crypto and deal with crypto, the more competition there is. It's going to drive down prices. It's going to make more choice. It's going to force these exchanges to be user friendly because they're competing for your business with other people. Initially, I was like, well, what does Binance.us really offer? You know, like, I'm not going to be able to trade all the awesome shit coins that I could trade on Binance.com. Like, Binance.us, at least from this list, doesn't have that much more than Coinbase has. But I think I will wind up signing up for a Binance account, just because there are, especially if they have BNB. If they have BNB, I'll definitely sign up for a Binance account. I personally don't think they're going to have BNB, but there are a couple other coins that Binance.us is at least strongly considering that Coinbase and some of the other US exchanges or places to buy cryptocurrency don't have. I'm pretty sure that Binance.us is going to roll out ahead of the September 12th cutoff. I personally, you know, initially I was going to say I would recommend everybody gets their money off of Binance well ahead of that date. You know, we've seen exchanges crash, you know, because of high volume and a lot of activity and a lot of news. And I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of people like rushing to get money off as we near September 12th. I personally moved all my money off Binance like probably over a month ago. As soon as this was announced, I was holding mainly Binance coin, but even Cardano. And I was just like, you know, I have a feeling all altcoins are going to kind of get shit on now. And that kind of is what wound up happening. I've moved pretty much everything over into Bitcoin, and I'm kind of glad that I did that. I can see a scenario where Binance.us rolls out ahead of September 12th, and there might be an easy way to like transition your Binance.com account to a US account. You know, even though BAM is operating this, essentially Binance is the name on all of them, and it would be nice for either people who have balances on Binance.com or people who've already KYC'd with Binance.com to be able to kind of transition that Binance.com account to a Binance.us account. So that might be one reason to, you know, maybe not move your balances or whatever. But personally, I'm not going to roll the dice on that. I've already moved my money off of Binance. And I personally wouldn't wait until September 12th to see how things shake out, or to maybe wind up having trouble withdrawing because so many people are trying to. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this whole issue. Like, are there any coins not mentioned here that you think Binance will have? Are there any coins on this list that you're like, no way, the US is going to allow them to have that coin? Any other thoughts that you guys have? I would love to hear them. Let's get a discussion started. Drop some comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor and click that subscribe button below. I'll try to keep you guys updated as we near September 12th. We're just a little bit more than a month out. So I'll try to keep you guys updated if any of these coins or this list is solidified, and or any news about Binance.us, when it's rolling out, how to sign up, etc. So thanks again for watching, guys. Would love to hear from you guys, your comments, thoughts, etc. And I'll catch you in the next video. Later, guys.